Watch this.
Raw milk is one of my favorite things, and a lot of people get scared when I talk about raw milk. But here's the deal. 100 years ago, raw milk was very dangerous for humans. It was produced in unsanitary conditions. The cows were fed swill, which is a byproduct of grains used in alcohol production, and there were not sanitary conditions, and a lot of people got sick from raw milk. If you Google, is raw milk healthy, is raw milk safe, you will get all kinds of information about how you're going to get salmonella, how you're going to get campylobacter, how you're going to get sick from raw milk. The honest truth is that all foods that are raw carry some risk of contamination for humans, whether it's raw spinach, raw vegetables, raw fish, like the sushi you're eating, or raw milk. And of those, raw milk is actually one of the safest things you can eat. Yes, more people eat vegetables every year than drink raw milk, but the number one source of contamination, the number one source of foodborne contaminants in the US is raw leaf lettuce and other leafy greens every single year. So think about that the next time you eat your salad, and do not fear raw milk from good producers.
And now, watch this.
Raw milk is one of my favorite things, and a lot of people get scared when I talk about raw milk, but here's the deal.
On Instagram, there are over 226,000 posts with the hashtag raw milk. Interest in it is skyrocketing. Is it really the superfood it's claimed to be? Well, no. The truth is, raw milk doesn't offer any proven health benefits over pasteurized milk. What it does come with is a significantly higher risk of infection. Why is it so popular? Well, I think it taps into the idea that natural is always better. But this naturalistic fallacy can be dangerous. Just because something is natural doesn't make it safe. My verdict, unless it's fermented cheese, skip raw milk and stick with...
Okay, so the key thing that I want to point out, well, there's two things actually from these videos that I think is really important for you to take away. Before I get into those, I've got nothing against either of these two doctors. They're both medical professionals. You know, in their own way, they're trying to improve their health. They're trying to impart that wisdom on other people. It's their opinion on what they interpret as the science. I got no issue with that. I'm not here to debate the benefits of raw milk versus pasteurized milk. I'm not really here to debate milk at all. And I respect anybody that is trying to make the world a healthier place. My two things to take away from this. Number one, research. They both can quote research to support their point. One is saying is trying to look at the benefits of raw milk, and one is looking at the dangers and the dangers of raw milk and the benefits of pasteurized milk. And they both have research to support this. And nowadays, it is very, very easy for people to come online and talk about something related to health, nutrition, weight, and quote research on it to support their point, because it almost seems like and feels like there is research to support every point, and that's because research is really easily taken out of context. You can look at one paper that may not be the best study or maybe quite a biased study, and you can pick one point from it and say, see, the research shows, etc., etc. And because most people will listen to the research shows and take that as an absolute gospel, it can be relatively damaging. The point of this video, I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong, but the point is that they both have opposing views and they both have research to support it. So whenever you see someone say research shows blah, 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 and therefore it must be true, take it with a pinch of salt. There is almost always research to support one point over another. A lot of research, especially if you are not looking at a combined amount, like multiple research combined to support one point. If you're looking at individual papers, a lot of that research can be very biased, is funded by different corporations, or flat out is just taken out of context. The second, and arguably more important point that I want to take from these two videos is don't let a lot of this kind of information online take you away from your goal. You should have an overarching goal of what you want to achieve. Now, if your goal is to be healthier and you are overweight, then this video is just distracting you from your goal, which is to lose weight first. Because if you are overweight and you want to get healthier, the best thing you can do to improve all your health markers right now is just lose weight. And debating, and you can read the comments on these videos. I mean, you'll see it, like people are just can debate it back and forth. People will call them both negatively. You can look at the comments on both those videos and look at negative things said about both of those doctors. They'll be called sellouts, they'll be called crazy, they'll be called dangerous. Realistically, people get bogged down in online, what I call seeing the trees instead of the woods. So you'll find one thing and you'll start debating it, as if it's like the miracle cure for whatever you want to do, when in reality, these things aren't even that, they don't really move the needle that much. If you are genuinely trying to get healthier and you are overweight, then debating whether to drink raw milk versus pasteurized milk isn't really going to make a difference. Just your priority is losing weight, and if your videos or what you're watching or consuming or working towards or spending energy on or writing comments on or material that you're consuming is not focused on weight loss, then it's a distraction. And if you are not overweight and you are trying to get healthy, then by all means debate as much as you want. But even then, the reality is raw milk versus pasteurized milk, again, is not really that significant a debate. There are so many other things that you could probably focus on to get healthy. The amount of people that will debate this and talk about it, or write in the comments about the healthiness or how they've done one or they do the other, and then we'll just go and eat a really unhealthy meal full of processed stuff, full of sugar, spiking their insulin, helping, poor gut microbiome. It's such a small thing, and I see this all the time online. You see it with smoothies, drinks, ginger, apple cider vinegar. People pick on these small fad things as the beacon of health, this elixir of health or weight loss, when in reality, they're not really going to move the needle or drive you towards your goals any better than just focusing on having a healthier meal for lunch. The reality is, it's just so easy to get bogged down in misinformation. And it's not even misinformation. I mean, one may be right, one may be wrong, they both may be right, they both may be wrong, who knows? But it's more like it's just an easy distraction to the mundane monotony of actually just doing the basics right. Getting healthier, losing weight. And if you're overweight, then the first step of getting healthier is just losing weight. And that means to focus on the fundamentals of weight loss, focus on your satiety, focus on your sleep, focus on your energy, focus on not spiking your insulin too much. And guess what? Do that over a long period of time, most of the time, and you're going to lose weight. And if you're already healthy weight and you're trying to get healthier, then again, focusing on getting the right kind of foods in that are going to help your gut microbiome, getting the right kind of foods in that are going to help you have a good amount of energy, getting a good amount of nutrition in, making sure that you're optimizing for your hormones, reducing the chances of long-term diseases like diabetes, like high blood pressure. That's the focus, and that's again just done on the 80% of the time eating the right things. These small cherry on top things they're just added distractions that we can get easily fall into the comment section, or debating it, or trying it, or thinking that that's going to be the miracle thing, and it's not. They're just distractions. So my point of this video was not to look at these two gentlemen, these two doctors, and say that one's right, one's wrong, or I agree with this person, or I don't agree with this person, or it's all bad, or whatever. The point is, don't let it distract you from your goal, which is either trying to lose weight to get healthier, or just flat out trying to get healthier. Focusing on one thing as the elixir of health or the elixir of weight loss is not going to ever work. It's the basics that you got to get right. That's it for today. I'll see you all very soon.